Good evening. It's the Friday night takeaway with me, Mr. B, Talk MU, and Brits. Good evening, Man United Agenda Rights. It's Friday. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Talk to me, man. What's been happening?
Yeah, no, nothing, man. Nothing much. Just working in the background, watching a bit of the football and stuff that's on at the moment. These European qualifiers, etc.
Me and Brit were just
Well,
saying.
World Cup qualifiers and things like that. But I just want the Premier League back. I want to see the Premier League. That's what I'm all about.
Club football's where it's at, man.
I hear that. Brit, how's Iowa treating you, big man?
Hey, Iowa's treating me beautifully, lined up, getting back to work finally on Monday. It's great being off. Don't worry, but man, it's just when you're working, dude, you got to get back to work, man. If you feel better about yourself when you're working, you hate it 100% of the time, but you feel better. You feel like you're doing something, contributing.
I hear that. Well, talking about contribution, Ollie and Man United, have we lost our winning mentality? I could sum it up in one word, and then we just end the show. We just close the credit card.
Not right. Everybody, you got what you wanted. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Look, I'll let you go. Talk to me, man.
No, well, the first thing we have to do is identify, what the winning mentality is and where it comes from. And so, all we have to do is just look over our shoulder to Alex Ferguson. That is the epitome of winning mentality. And the only way that we can get this back is that there are, listen, don't get me wrong, it's not totally gone. There are like whispers and shadows of the winning mentality, right? But you only can get the winning mentality and keep the winning mentality by winning. This is if you keep sort of promising people like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You've got to be positive about it as a player, but you don't ever actually see the end result, and it never works out. It's hard to keep them in that mindset without results. Sort of victory of a competition. This is why it's so important for me, for Ollie, that he must get us. This is why I think the disappointing thing about the cup exit against West Ham, for that reason, it was like a real big opportunity lost. That was, you talk about winning mentality. Where in what competition, when you're trying to get it back, would you rather have that sort of, rebuilt? It would be a competition like the cup. That's where I was going to think it was going to be coming from. Because the more you keep winning, the more you're going to be sort of having your confidence built up, and you're going to be going out into games thinking, yeah, you know what, we're better than this team. We can win this game. And it gives you. Also, it makes you more brave. It makes you more brave and confident when you've got that kind of mentality about you. That it doesn't matter what happens, we're going to win this game. We're going to go out there as winners, and that's what it is for me.
Brit?
Yeah, I agree. Because winning the trophy, everybody can say what we want to say about the Carabao Cup, and I've said it too. But the point is, it's not going to save anybody's job. But it's the first trophy given out in the course of the campaign. The first trophy we count that, and it don't even really count towards anything really. But it's the first trophy given out where all the teams in the country are competing against. So it's nothing to, shun off to the side. It can be a very, very important stepping stone in the course of the campaign. And honestly, seeing us go out the way we did is horrible. It's horrible. We can say what we wanted, but we expect a better showing. We expect to make more of an impact in whatever you want to call it, the Mickey Mouse Energy Cup. That we still need to have a showing and say, hey, we are here about winning. We don't care what it is. We don't care about anything except win the game. And it looked like we had other things on our mind. At some points, it looked like we didn't even have football on the mind.
Yeah.
We want to compete at the top of the table with this. I have to trust there's a flip somewhere that they plan on flipping at some point, but we all know it's not like that.
Can I've had a couple of thoughts. Obviously, Ollie's hasn't won anything. Jose and Van Gaal, winners. But they ran a different type of ship in regards to they didn't really care much about, not saying care about players' feelings, but Ollie's been very holistic in everything that he's done in trying to get everything to a beautiful place. Jose and Van Gaal were only interested in winning trophies.
Right now.
They came in with an attitude which was, I'm winning trophies, I don't care who I piss off. Would we as a club, I'm going to put this to you, Britt, would we be better going back to that makes us be winning things? Or are you happy with it being all Disney, Walt Disney happy at the club?
I don't think you can buy championships and going out and just trying to buy the best player out there on the board is how I really want my club to go about its business, because that's not us. Our DNA is from the youth system up and coming through. And every time you change a manager, because those managers didn't really focus on that, we can see the focus being put into the youth with Ollie. And it's like every time we change the manager, it's starting all over. And we have to, now we're in a rebuilding. And every couple of years, it's, well, just give the manager time to rebuild it. And then once he gets it in his shape, why does the next manager have to go off and rebuild it and put it in his shape? It should be all ready for you on a silver platter. Here you go. Just keep the ship running. But guys, these world-class managers who couldn't win the Premier League, by the way, couldn't do nothing in the UCL either, by the way. So you want to, okay, cool, Conte. Well, in 6 months, you're going to be Conte out. Zidane, 6 months, you're going to be Zidane out. Because, all this time, I'm tired of waiting. That's what you do every time you change managers. You have to wait for them to get their ship built and pushed out the dock. And I'm tired of it. I know it's only been 8 years. 8 years, 4 managers. 4 managers in 8 years, and we feel like, we might as well have Moyes.
No.
We'd have the same amount of success. 0 Premier League titles, 0 UCL titles.
Oh, God, are you comparing Moyes to Ollie?
No. I'm comparing every manager that comes into this building, how it's going to go for them.
Look, I think for me, listen, because you talk about what we're talking about here is we have to remember, this is about personalities. Each manager brings their own personality and their own ideas of how they want things to go. It's like you carry yourself in a certain way. Everybody carries themselves and expects people to behave in a certain way. We're not all the same. For me, though, right now, Ollie, it's got an absolute golden opportunity. Mm-hmm. He's got everything else now ready. It's almost as if they're there on the line, ready to start the race. And all he's got to do is be brave. He has to now shoulder the squad. He's got the squad harmony correct. Now he's got to show them that he can be brave. and trust the players. He's got to start showing trust in the players. And for me, if he doesn't start doing that, the players are going to get disheartened. Because again, this is about where are you? You've got to think about where are you right now? What club are you at? We're at Manchester United. What is Manchester United? We win. We win. That's what we do at Man United. That's all it's all about, is winning. Now, and as long as we ain't doing that, and we're playing in a really negative kind of worrying about not getting beat kind of fashion, which we do, this is not good for, on a long-term basis, it's not good for the morale of the players. It's just not, because that's not what they're there to do. You come to Man United to win things, because that's what's expected, and that's what the desire is, not just from the fans and the owners and the board, but the players themselves. You've got winners there in that squad who've won things. Ronaldo, Varane, Michael Carrick, what he did at the club and the coaching staff. So that's all there from their point of view. It's just now it's as if everybody's kind of looking up at Ollie and going, well, are you gonna press that button, Ollie, and go bang, let's have it. Just go out there, be told, stop this, especially at home. Stop this double pivot arrangement and play something more brave and attacking. I want to see us go 4-3-3, and I've had a conversation with a few people on Twitter about it, saying, that can't work, and how can this work? And I'm like, of course it can work. Of course. You're telling me that we can't make our squad work in a 4-3-3? Because if you are, then I'm sorry, but you need to go and watch show jumping or something instead, because that can work for me. It can definitely work. So could a diamond, which we spoke about before. So for me, it's just that Ollie just needs to now, because like I said the other day, I want to see Ollie, if he is pushed out, I want to see him go out fighting, not whimpering.
Well, look, talk. I mean, you just said you talk about winners at the club. It's only, if you look at it this season, you've got Ronaldo, you mentioned, Varane, you mentioned. These are players who have come in this season. So the club DNA, you're saying winners. What other winners do we have at the club? De Gea got one with Fergie, didn't he?
One Mata.
But apart, Mata. Okay, but Mata, let's be honest.
On his way out here.
Yeah, we can't really be talking about Mata, because all he's doing is nothing.
No, but this is exactly my point. What I'm getting at is you've got winners around you who know what it is to win and what it takes to win. Now you're now in a position where you want it. The players themselves want to win. They want it. That's why they're there. So this is what I'm saying, is that if Ollie does not start being brave and get the team at it, they are going to get disheartened, and it's only a matter of time before, unfortunately, he starts to sort of lose the weight he's got on his side from the dressing room, before it starts to switch to the players' side, where their players themselves start thinking and saying, yeah, look, wait a minute, I'm not here for this. Let's have it right. Cristiano Ronaldo is not there to play in the Europa League or get knocked out of the Carling Cup. He's not there for that. He's there because he wants to win trophies. And who was it who said it the other day? Our teammate, was it Jose Font, said it the other day. Exactly what I've just said. He said Cristiano Ronaldo has gone to Man United to win. He's not gone there to be taken off in a match. He's not gone there for that. He's gone there to play games. Every game is fit enough. And Cristiano Ronaldo himself will tell you when I can't play. Boss, I don't know if I can. I don't know. I need to see the physios. I'm feeling a bit of a strain. I'm feeling a bit of I got a knock in training, or I'm tired. Whatever. You don't presume with a player like Cristiano Ronaldo. He dictates to you, because he's your best chance of going out there and getting the job done. So, you know what I mean? Bravery again. This is where it's at for me.
Yeah, it must. He's got to feel. I think it's so hard to say, but he had to have not wanted Donnie. He had to have wanted a CDM, and he hasn't gotten that CDM. And I think that's where we're going to keep on seeing that double pivot, because as much as he talks about trusting McFred, I don't know how much trust he has in them playing beside Paul, to sit behind Paul so Paul can run up. And they don't know when they're supposed to carry the ball. Just got to tell him, don't carry the ball. Just kick the ball to Pogba and stand behind him and watch what happens.
question. So we are moaning about formation.
Hmm.
We finished second and third playing a formation that between us,
Correct.
we don't like. I'm sure we know. If they go 4-3-3, which we all are saying they should go, and we finish 5th or 6th, the games are more exciting. But at the end of the season, we're finishing 5th or 6th. Where does that leave us as fans, and where does that leave Ollie? This is to you, Britt.
Pissed. I'll be honest. Not just because my idea didn't work, but because then it'll be on full display that the board and ownership didn't give Ollie what he needed. And 2, we finished down there. Ollie's gone.
Yeah.
Right. So what?
And I wouldn't be too happy about that either.
So what position is Ollie in? Talk.
Well, but again, Mr. B, this is about, we're talking about the 4-3-3. What did he do at Mulder? He knows 4-3-3 better than anything. He switched to a new formation that he's never really like played before on a long-term basis. Whatever he's done has always been a 4-3-3. And then when he came to the club, our winning run was mainly 4-3-3 under him. As soon as he got the job, everything changed. They then started thinking long term, blah blah blah. And for whatever reason, he started to go with this. And I've said it a long time ago. I don't see any team winning the Premier League playing a 4-2-3-1. Just don't see it, because you're kind of halfway and half. You're kind of half attacking and you're half defending. You ain't going to work it like that. There's only certain teams who can do that. Manchester City, for example, Pep Guardiola, with the squad that he's got, he could do that and go on and win the league. That's the only team, in my opinion, that could actually do it. Nobody else, it just won't work. And maybe it would be a push for Pep, because he wouldn't continually play that formation. So Pep changes things up. But Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, it's out and out 4-3-3. You go for it, you do it. You put trust in your midfielders. Like, for him, for them, it's what's his name? Fabinho. It's Fabinho. He's got to be. He's the one. He's the general, so to speak, in that midfield. So, and with the strike force that we've got right now, I'll ask you this question: What's stronger in our team right now? Is it our strike? Is it our attacking end, or is it our defensive end?
Yeah, well, you know what? It is our attacking, but the problem is we can't just lump the ball from our defenders to our bloody forwards.
No, but we've got. This is what I'm saying about bravery. Ollie has to be brave now and give Donny van der Beek a chance. He's got to. He's got to.
Talk, man. He ain't playing, bro.
Yeah, it's not looking like it.
This is the thing, though, isn't it? This is what was like. We're sat here now, we're laughing, but that's a worrying sign, because without it, if Ollie is not going to say, okay, listen, I'm going to give you a shot here. I'm going to give you a shot. You said you can play number 6, right? I'm going to switch to a 4-3-3. I'm going to put you in there, and I want you to be that. I want you to be that more defensive-minded player, right? Let's go on. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 2-3 games. If it doesn't work out, so what? At least the fans have seen he's tried it and it's not worked out. The board's seen he's tried it, it's not worked out. And why hasn't it worked out? Because if it turns out that Donny van der Beek isn't good enough in that position, we need a player in that position, and a Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, that kind of player. So, but if Ollie is not brave enough to even try it, and he just keeps saying, "Oh well, no, I've just got trust in Fred and McTominay," and then we don't, and then we finish. Who's to guarantee that we're going to finish in the top 4 anyway? This coming season. That's
the weird part about it, because obviously he doesn't want to play him, but also he's not under any pressure from the board to play him. So that's where a lot of my confusion and my head in, and my brain's about to explode.
But
that I don't know what to make out of it.
It's not just Donny van der Beek, though, Mr. B. We've also got Matic there. Matic, if he's given the correct instructions, Matic can play, at least he can play 2 games a week, in my opinion, if he's given the right instructions. Don't be going over the halfway line. Simple. Don't go over the halfway line. That's your remit. You stay behind that line. right? If Harry Maguire wants to bomb forward, or Rafael Varane, which he probably won't, but Maguire, if he wants to tear our ass forward with the ball like he does sometimes, fine. But you've got to be there to get a step back into that number 2 and become the 2 whilst he's going bombing forward. Scott McTominay, got to give him a couple of games in that position. Or should I even say it? Yeah, I am going to say it. Fred. Why are you not coaching Fred?
Hey guys, I gotta bounce out of here. Always enjoy the talk. Love you guys. Everybody in the chat, comments. Thank you all. Like always, hit that like, subscribe, share it, tell your friends about it. It's a good time. Never let you down. You guys take care.
Man. See you next week.
You betcha.
We'll make it earlier. My apologies for today, man. I forgot about Iowa time, bro.
Hey, it's all good, man. You guys do you. We'll all work together. That's what we do.
Thank you, man. Enjoy. Thank you very much. See you next
later,
week,
guys.
Cheers.
You betcha. Cheers.
Ciao.
Yeah, talk. Yeah, it's yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish now. Go.
So for me, like, you know, he's got midfield wise, Fred, McTominay, Donny van der Beek, Matic. There's 4 players there. Are you telling me that he can't get one of those 4 players to be disciplined enough to play that number 6 role whilst we're playing a more attacking game of football? Because what we have to bear in mind as well is, as you'll understand as a coach, is when you change your setup like that and you go 4-3-3 against another team, and they understand that, well, wait a minute, they're going to be all over us here. They're going to press us like crazy. They're going to be all over us. You have to alter your approach to the game. Simple as that. And in doing so, you're giving the advantage to us, you know, because we've got the better strikes. We've got the better strike force. We've got
we've got the worst midfield.
Yeah, but again, it looks like the worst midfield because of the way Ollie's using it, in my opinion. He keeps relying on Fred and McTominay, who don't work together. It doesn't work. So what is that I'm saying? You got to change it up. He's got to be brave and go, you know what? Okay, I'm going to give McTominay or Fred or Van der Beek or even Matic. I'm going to trust you to play a couple of games, but keep yourself. Don't be carrying the ball forward. There's no need. This is why, again, we lose our look at like the games recently where we've been finding players in really odd positions. We've been so like our attacking shape, it just collapses. You got Bruno Fernandes at right back and Diego Dalot at one point was in central midfield. How are you going to build an attack with that? Are you crazy? It doesn't work.
Ollie will say it's down to its squad rotation, and everybody's supposed to multifunctional players. Now, I'm joking. Look, I'll be honest. I'm not sure. I'm glad that Ronaldo's here, and I'm glad that we've got the squad that we've got. I don't know if it's luck. I don't know if it is an actual formation change, but Ollie seems. All managers are stubborn. I understand that our managers are stubborn and they're set in their ways, but it just seems to me that he's not. He seems to me like he's got no interest in changing, and he wants to prove that this will work, this will work, this will work. And I'm not sure. Really, we're looking at it. We know it doesn't work. So I'm looking at it and thinking, well, their coaching staff, how do they not know it works? How can they not understand it works? I mean, we sit down here every week and you've explained to me your principles on 4-3-3 and the diamond. My thing to that is Sancho probably won't play in the diamond, which will break my heart. But at the same time, if it's something that he changes to make us win, then as you said, be brave enough to do it. I'm just not sure he's brave enough. And the pressure that he would be getting from media, I mean, look, we lose 1 game, we lose 2 games, and the whole world and their mothers saying that Ollie should be gone. You know, he's not under that pressure, so maybe he should be brave if he's not under that pressure.
Yeah, and that's how it right. We're talking about winning mentality here. As it stands at the moment, we have got more of a losing mentality than a winning mentality. We have. It's as simple as that. It's harsh, but that's just the way it is. We cannot be going out of a cup competition like that. So in a whimper, you know, and then like passing it off as if it's like, well, it doesn't really matter, you know, it's blah blah blah. But no, of course it matters. Of course it matters. Like I say, what would you rather do? Do you want to get your confidence up and everything else up by doing a 100-yard race sprint, or do you want to then say, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to go for the 1,000 yards pace sprint. I'm going to do it in that one. That's what's going to get my confidence up. No, I know which one I'd choose, mate. I'd choose the much shorter one because I know I'll be able to do it. The longer one, you got a more chance of, you then start questioning yourself. Once you start questioning yourself, your own abilities, you're in trouble. This is where we are right now. We're questioning our own abilities. Can we actually do this? As soon as you get into that kind of mindset we should have right now is, do you mean we can? Of course, we can do this. Every time we step on that pitch, we've got to be in the mindset of this is won. This game is won. We are better than them. We've won this game already. We're the best team. Simple as that. If you haven't got that kind of attitude and that kind of mentality, you've got to jog on. You've got to jog on because we're not in a. This league has got much more difficult because of the management that has come in. The top class managers, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, the guy at Southampton, Hassan Hootel, right? This full of quality managers. Not. I'm not going to say your manager, Anthony. So for me, you know what? Yeah, again, it's about a bravery thing, and if he's not going to do it, I just fear for us because he's going to undo everything that he's built up from him starting. He's going to start rolling backwards on him if he does not now give the players. Because, like I say, you've got everybody ready and on the edge. It's like we getting ready for battle. And then just saying, well, no, not yet. No, we're not. No, it's not yet. And everybody's pumped up and holding their breath and getting really like, yeah, we're going to do this. And how long can you do that for before you eventually say, wait a minute, come on? And then you go like all deflated and like, oh. And then he says, oh yeah, we're going to go into battle now, but it's too late because they've all relaxed and it's gone. That mindset has all gone. So like I'm saying, this is his time right now, especially at this time of the season for me, Mr. B. We're early on in the season. We've had some really dodgy results, absolutely pathetic performances. This is his moment. If he doesn't take it, then I don't see how he can have any complaints if it doesn't go his way. I will say that. You've got to take your opportunities.
He's had 3 years. 3 years. I see. You know my stance on it already, so I don't have to exaggerate it. But everybody's saying this has to be the year. We look at it and we think we're a player short, and we're a formation out. We're a winning. The attitude's wrong. What is? I want talks. I want talks remedy. I want talks remedy. If you had Ollie sitting down with you now, you've got 6 minutes to fill Ollie's ears with your talkism. I want to hear it. I want to hear it from you.
Well, I'd say exactly what I've just said to you. I'd be saying, look, Ollie, you've got the team on. They're now looking at you with expectancy. They are now looking at you saying, right, boss, look, you've got us all in a great mindset. Everybody's happy at the club. The players are happy, blah, blah, blah. But now you've got to give us something now to hold on to and to run with. We can't keep playing this more negative approach to the football. You have to be brave and give us a chance to go out and prove to you we can actually do this. We can go out and do it. We can get a job done if you give us the right personnel, i.e. the right midfield balance, and also the correct formation. Because for me, like I say, you're playing a one. We're not using it correctly. We're talking about we're pushing. We've got Jadon Sancho who's playing on the left. He should be playing on the right. That's unbalanced. You got Mason Greenwood playing on the right, who's a striker. That's unbalanced, right? And then you got a one up front on his own in modern day football, where the defenders just outnumber you. They go and pressure where the ball is, and we get scared. Get players like Sancho, who was not going to be willing to try and take players on, starts panicking and going, "Oh, I'm just going to push it back here. It's going back over there," and we just keep pushing it back. It goes to midfield, to the right, back to midfield, goes over to the left. Then it comes back from the left, goes back to the midfield. Then somebody goes, "Oh, sod this! I'm just going to smash it." Somebody then takes a wild shot from outside the box. This is what happened with Mason Greenwood I can't remember what game it was, where he was taking wild shots from all over the place because nothing was happening. They can see that. They've got to go, well, if we're not going to be putting the ball in it, listen, Sancho, I'm going to pass you the ball. If you're not going to start taking that ball first time and going past players, take it wide to turn and get a cross in, right, with whichever foot you want to use, right, then what am I supposed to do? I'm going to take a shot. So, you know, at the end of the day, he's got to start picking the right team. He's got to start giving players a chance. I know Donny might be going in January and all that, but at the end of the day, right now, it's not January, right? It's not January yet. And we've got points that we need to pick up. So get him in there. It may change the whole Donny Van der Beek argument. You know what I mean? It might change the argument.
Sorry, one sec. I saw a message from Anthony Herbert earlier on about Arteta winning Manager of the Month, and I actually thought that it was a normal Anthony Herbert wind-up. But now Gems has come in here. Can somebody else, a Manchester United supporter, please confirm whether or not this is a wind-up? Did Arteta really win Manager of the Month?
Mate, I don't care, man. I don't care.
Sorry to cut you off. That's just completely thrown me there. Sorry,
that's cool. But I mean, listen. What would you say? What would you say to him, to Ollie? What would you want him to do? What does, in your opinion, what does Ollie need to do for us to start, like, you know, dominating games and winning games?
I think we need to play. We don't play possession-based football, and I think we've got the players to play it. I'll be honest. Rashford coming back. I know players, when they're not there, always become world class, but his figures for us in the last 2 to 3 seasons for the position that he's playing in are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, he's hitting 20 goals and, you know, 13 to 15 assists in those 12 seasons. So, you know, we'll talk about that next week. We'll save that for next week talk anyway. But yeah, I think his style of play probably has to change, and his reliance on certain players needs to change. Now, I'm not for players getting, I'll be honest, I'm not for players getting injured, but if you see, when we bought Bruno, we weren't supposed to buy Bruno when we bought Bruno. He fell into our lap because we had Pogba injured, and who else did we have? We had 2 midfielders injured, and we didn't have a choice. Now, if we could somehow lose a certain 2 players for just enough games to make somebody else kind of step up into their place, so that maybe, because at the moment it's a trust issue. I feel it's just a trust issue with a lot of the players in the team. You know, he's got Sancho, who I think Sancho should be playing on the right. I understand where Greenwood is and what Greenwood does and been doing, but long-term, Greenwood's not the answer to the right side. I was under the impression that's why we bought Sancho. So I think Ollie takes a lot of time to trust players. I mean, if you look at him with Lingard, he didn't play him. He went away, he's come back, but he's always liked Lingard and always trusted Lingard. You understand? So he gave him that opportunity. And now Lingard's playing ahead of anybody else. But look, he's playing ahead of Donny. He's playing ahead of Mata. You know, these are players whose contracts are still there and have always been or seem to be on the outside clubmen. I understand, you know, Lingard loves the club and he's jailings and he's happy-go-lucky in the changing room, but I would rather have a miserable shit who did the job.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have to be dancing around like a clown, you know. I just think there's a mentality. As I said, I said earlier on, we've got players coming in. We have got players, the Varans, the Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got Cristiano for 2 years. Unless he really gets pissed off with Ollie and says, F it, he's going to go at the end of the season. You know, Anthony said to you that he hasn't come to play second fiddle. He's come to win, and he wants to win.
Yeah.
I think it's trust.
Well, he's got to start trusting him, and soon, because, like you say, for that exact reason, you know, you've got players like Rafael Varane and Cristiano Ronaldo and other players who have got the ability to go out and actually get results for us if you use them correctly. And when I say using them correctly, you have to be brave and say, like Mason Greenwood, look, I said I love Mason Greenwood to bits, you know I do, but don't want to see him playing on the wing. He's a striker. You're trying to get you're trying to change his whole makeup of what he is, his DNA. You know, just to get him to play on a different position when there's no need. You said you've got Martial who can play on the left, and you've got Jadon Sancho who plays on the right. You know, and you've got Martial spitting his dummy out because he's not happy. He's not got in game time and all the rest of it. Blah, blah, blah. That could have been worked. He could have worked that. Martial's not been injured all this time, was he? Do you know what I mean? So, okay, if injuries call for it, then you do it. But if not, then you have to put players in their correct positions. Look what happened. Liverpool is a prime example of what happens when you start having to put players in positions that they don't play. It all went to crap. But, you know, well, it did, didn't it? Last season, it went to crap, didn't it? That's probably right. You know, and for us, you know, you're playing a game here where you get players that shouldn't be playing in certain positions in a system that Ollie doesn't, in my opinion, fully understand. Neither do the coaching staff, because if he did, he wouldn't be playing it without an number 6. Again, goes back to the Matic thing. He's got Matic there, right? Well, what do you do then? You give Matic specific instructions. I don't want to see you anywhere near over the halfway line. Don't even do it. Don't even, you know, I want you 10 yards into the halfway line. Stay back. Stay back. There has to be. Listen, Mr. B, you understand football. If you're going to dominate a team in their own half, right, and they're going to say, okay, right, we're going to give you space for a while, but at some point, we're then going to come at you. We're going to start getting pissed off, and we're going to go, right, we're going to press for the ball now. When that happens, where does the ball go? You've got to have a recycle of the ball. That's what Matic is. And he's behind him. He's got them two behind him. He's got Maguire and Rafael Varane. And then you've got Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, who are creeping up each side of that to support, to tuck in, or to drop back, whatever needs to be done. But that number 6 is there to do that specific role. So again, this is why I don't think Ollie totally understands. He's trying to make a system work that he hasn't got the players for. Also, he's not willing to trust players that can do the job. So for me, it's all to cock, mate. It's crazy. You're playing a system. You got number 6, and you're not playing him. You're then choosing to play 2 box-to-box midfielders in a 4-2-3-1, expecting to get results. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And the longer this goes on, like I said, you know what? I love, you know, I love Ollie Bits. He's an absolute. He is probably the biggest legend in the club for what he did, right? But at the end of the day, I love the club more. So I'm not Ollie out. You know, I'm not Ollie out, right? I want Ollie to. I just want him to grow up there and just go. You know,
exactly. You know, it's. You know, when you look, I mean, look, we're going to be wrapping up in 3 minutes, so, you know, we'll just get this out there. You know, when you want, sometimes you see, I'm not into child abuse or child battery or anything like that, but you know, when you see a little rude child and their parent has no control of them, and you just wish that their parent would just give them a little clip and just say, settle down. You know, this is how it's supposed to be, and the child understands. At the moment, I just think there's a lot of unruliness at the club, and Ollie he just seems like a nanny who, he's a nanny who I tell you, you know, the substitute teacher. You know, when they come in and you just feel like people are taking a piss behind the back. That is what I feel like. I just feel like he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough. He doesn't want to rock the boat. He doesn't want to piss anybody off. And this is what I was saying about Jose and Van Gaal. They piss people off, but we won trophies with them.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But where does that come from? This comes from, if Ollie, again, this is what I'm saying, if Ollie was to be brave now and put it to the players, he takes the light off him. He puts it onto the players. He says, "Okay, look, listen. I'm going to set you up now in a system that is going to go out to purely go out and just
to suit the players,
just devastate. Yeah, go out there, do your thing. You're in your correct position. You're in your correct position. We're set up to go out and win this game. We're not set out going out in this game to worry about what's going on behind us in our defence. We're going out here to say, no, listen, we don't care if you score. We're going to score more than you, right? That's simple as that. That way, then the players get more respect for the manager, because then it's a case of they start looking at themselves rather than the manager. Because as it stands right now, they're all stood looking at Ollie and he's stuck
Yeah.
up to them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like
Responsibility.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a standoff, isn't it? You got a bit of a Mexican standoff. It's like the players are like, well, chomping at the bit. Come on, let us do what we want to do. And all these are like being really conservative and like, oh well, no, we got, it's got to be like this and it's got to be like that. No, for me, he's got to just go. He's got to go for it because, like I said, either way, he loses his job. Think about it. That's what else I would say to him. I would say, oh, listen, mate. Either way, you're going to lose your job, whether you're playing conservative or whether you're going to go out and attack teams and just go for gold. Either way, you're going to lose your job. You're not going to be here forever. Either way. So, give yourself the respect that you deserve, what you're going to get from the fan base, in that you're going to go out there and give it a really good shot. And if it doesn't work, like I said, would much rather see us go out and try. And if it doesn't work, so be it. It will get moved on and somebody else will come along. But if you want to go through the comments quickly, Mr. B, so get everybody.
They're just here. No, I've had them up. There's absolutely no need. We've got a few on here. I've acknowledged them. There was a couple that I really liked from Chris. I can't say the surname, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it. In all fairness, my eyes are gone. But yeah, he said he agreed with us about the players having to grow balls, and stuff like that. It's nice to have, as I said, a new guy on here. Obviously, Anthony's been on here, Gems has been on here, Omondi's been on here. I've had them all up, but you know what? It's 42 minutes and it's that time. It's that lock off. If you enjoyed the show, share it, like it, spread the word. Manchester United Agenda every day. But me and Talk specifically on the Friday. And Brit.
Friday night takeaway.
Yeah, Friday night.
Folks. It's going to be at 10 o'clock next week. It's going to be at 10 o'clock.
Is it 10 o'clock, yeah? I mean, look,
I think so.
We'll have the times up here anyway. But again, thank you very much. I know you could have been doing something else. You chose to listen to the Man United Agenda, me and Talk and Brit rambling, talking our talk. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Signing out from me, Mr. B, and this side. TalkMU. Thank you very much. Peace out.
Yeah.